Good morning and welcome back to TR's Tarot Talk 1111. I don't know, I don't remember to be honest, but I don't think I uploaded anything last week. No, I definitely did not because I was in Sacramento, California on a family funeral trip, unfortunately. But I am back now and I am doing our weekly mystery message from Spirit. This is a new series that I created because I love to do mystery messages. I never know what is going to come out. And so this week is a brand new mystery message. If you were drawn to the thumbnail, or if this has landed somehow on your feed, then there is definitely a message here for you, because that is the way I set my intentions with Spirit, that we will draw in through energetic power, magnetic power, and the law of attraction, those who need to know whatever messages are brought here today. So, my name is Tracy. I am a psychic medium, channeler, and twin flame ascension coach. I am on the twin flame journey, and it is my pleasure to bring you this reading today. So, our choices today is pile number 1 is the black tourmaline, but there's a little light in here too. I loved this piece. I picked it because it's got clear quartz within the tourmaline. So that tells me that, there may need to be some psychic protection, some lower frequencies or vibrations, but whoever picks this pile is still holding the light. All right, and pile number 2, we have the rainbow fluorite. And pile number 3 is the ammonite, fossilized ammonite. Okay, if you'd like to book a personal private reading, please reach out. I'm sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied today. I'm still on California time, and I'm back in Pennsylvania, so stumbling over my words a little bit. If you'd like to book your own personal private reading, or if you'd like to know how to get a free 15-minute one-topic reading, you can look at my description box below. Also, I have a Patreon. If you're on the twin flame journey or feel that you might be, you might want to check out my Patreon as well. So we're going to get into your reading. Pile number 1, black tourmaline. Pile number 2, the rainbow fluorite. Pile number 3 is the ammonite. We're going to see what your mystery message is for this week. Remember that time is fluid. This is a timeless reading. All right. So whenever you find it is the most appropriate time. These raw crystals are leaving little bits and pieces on my table. All right, pile number 1. Oh, we got a little stress going on. Clarity. Oh, and the tower. I'm not taking reversals. All right, so Spirit is telling me, because I drew these backwards and laid them out backwards. All right, so I believe this is the way it's supposed to be. All right, we're going to get most of your cards except for your advice. So we have sadness. We have transform. We have the rent-controlled apartment. And look at that. It almost looks like that tower. So I'm going to put that over here. We have the burden. We have surrender. I don't know where to put all these. And we have see beyond the current situation. Okay, I'm going to have to adjust this camera, I believe. to make sure that everything's in picture. Oh, we got lots of room. Lots of room. So we're going to pull these down. Move these up. There. I believe everything is in view. All right, so this is rather non-specific in generalized, and I expect that sometimes because it is a general reading. So this is going to be different for every single one of you. But there is something very, very unexpected. The Tower is divine intervention. This is when the universe steps in and says something is extremely off balance. Whatever you're building here, or whatever has been built here, is not on solid ground. And it usually falls, and it falls because it's being built wrong. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that something's over, or that, you know, it's the ending. It doesn't always, actually rarely ever, depicts an ending. It is a transformation, literal transformation. And so whatever was here with the burden and the rent-controlled apartment, the Tower, it just feels so stressful. It feels so difficult. It was bringing sadness, and it needed to change. Change is necessary. And so I think that whenever you are drawn to this reading, your mystery message is that things are going to get much better. You see, the burden is here, but it's also in the Osho Zen deck. This is the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords is moving beyond the drama, beyond the storm. It's calm after the storm. It's moving forward into calmer times. So I believe that there's something in your life that has been causing sadness and confusion and stress and worry and heavy energy. And, you know, the rent-controlled apartment makes me think of somebody, I don't know why, but it makes me think of a slumlord. It makes me think of somebody who has been neglectful or neglected and hasn't taken care of something in the manner of which it should be taken care of. And yet it's still costing too much. You're not getting your money's worth. You're not getting your value. So I believe whatever this is, whether it's a relationship or a job or a living situation or a friendship, it could really honestly be anywhere in your life. But I think what Spirit's saying is that you need to surrender. It's like the Six of Swords. Get in the damn boat and tuck in your arms and legs and surrender. Because you're about to see the truth about something with the Ace of Swords and the Seer card. This is see beyond the current situation. Like where can this take you? Where can this Tower moment clear out an energy and either bring it back in balance or move you beyond it altogether? So we have transform yourself from who you are to who you want to be. I think you've been really trying hard to not get to the Ten of Swords with a situation. But the Ten of Swords is looming. It's not on the table. It's not here yet. But this Tower moment is bringing in some kind of clarity for you. With the Seer and the Ace of Swords, it's bringing in some kind of clarity that something needs to shift and transform and change. And it could be a belief system you have. It could be getting somebody out of your life that is is too demanding, or I'm hearing cocky with the rooster there. Somebody who's very burdensome, who creates drama and stress and worry and sadness. Now, if it's not a person, it doesn't have to be. It just made me think of that with this person here is carrying this person on their shoulders. But this could be figurative also. This could be you trying to carry your ego or following your ego, which is pushing you to be better, do better, work harder, in an area where maybe your intuition is telling you that it just, no matter how much labor or trying you put into it, it's just, you're not getting to the top of that mountain. You're not getting beyond this energy. And so Spirit is telling you to kind of wrap it up and surrender it to Source and move beyond it. And there really isn't any advice here of walking away. I'm not getting the Eight of Cups. Maybe I would if I dug deeper. But I feel like you already know with the Seer card. You already know what you should do. You already know what needs to happen to transform this. But for whatever reason, like I said, it could be because of a person, a situation, or your belief system, your own ego, is keeping you in a place of torment. I mean, literal torment, where you're sad and you're confused and it's like you can't sleep or you can't eat or you can't, and that's a bit dramatic. It doesn't have to be that difficult, but there is a reason why you were drawn to the black tourmaline. I can't talk today. Black tourmaline. But there's light at the end of the tunnel. That's the whole reason I chose this one piece of black tourmaline, is because of the clearing that's wanting to grow out of this. There's light in the midst of the dark. There's clarity in the midst of the darkness. It's a bit hidden. It's trying to reveal itself. So whatever's going on here, we've got a 91, which breaks down to a 10. And we've got a 9 and an ace, which breaks down to a 10. I feel like something needs to end. And it could be because swords could be thoughts. It could be the way you think about something, or it could be the way somebody talks to you. Or it can just be so laden with confusion and worry. And, what do I do? Do I hold on? Do I let go? What do I do is what I feel. What do I do? And I do think with the rent-controlled apartment, this has to do with self-worth, It's like, why would you move into an apartment like that to begin with, unless it was literally necessary because it's, all you could afford, or it's because you have a fear of embracing something better. So I think there's something much better on your horizon, because you're being asked to see beyond the current situation. You're being asked to transform yourself from who you are to who you want to be. And I think that's going to require some very strong actions. And those actions are being pushed by Spirit. And that the Tower comes in when we don't act on our own intuition. It's like the universe saying, okay, enough is enough. We need to reconstruct. This needs to end. This needs to come down. It needs to be, whatever you're building is not structurally sound. It's literally falling apart. And so whatever it is for you, I'm sending you love. And I'm here to tell you that there is something much better beyond this. You need to maybe do a visualization of taking this problem or this person or this situation, this job, whatever this is, and wrapping it up in the giving basket and place it in the basket and place it at the feet of Creator and say, you know, show me what I need to know. Teach me what I need to know. Help me to get clarity so that I can take actions toward something better. But there's a need here for an ending of some sort. And it doesn't have to be like the end of a relationship. It could be the end of a dynamic in a relationship with swords. It could be thoughts. Got a lot of swords here. 6 of swords, Ace of swords, 9 of swords. It very well could be a belief system that needs to be challenged and looked at. Or if it's you know, cold and abrupt words that have been spoken that you, or need to be spoken, because we're talking about air energy. Whatever this is, you need to surrender it. You need to let it fall. Don't fight against the tower coming down. Just allow it. You know, it's like, I'm hearing chuck it in the fuck it bucket. I'm sorry, guys. I have some funny guides sometimes that come through, but this needs to change. And Spirit's like, let it go. Just let it go and see what happens. You know, why are you clinging so tightly? Why are you so stressed and worried? What fears are being brought up? What belief systems are being challenged? And what do you deserve? Truly deserve. And don't accept anything less. I'd like to blame this on somebody else, because I do feel there's another person in your energy that is probably taking advantage in some very strong ways, at least for a couple of you watching. But Spirit's addressing this as you need to transform yourself. So there's a reason why you allow people like that into your energy, or situations like this to evolve and continue, even though they are not really structurally sound. And it could be around, you know, fear of abandonment, fear of not being worthy or good enough, fear of failure. Thank you, Spirit. I just heard it loud and clear. Fear of failure and judgment. So let it go. This is your mystery message. Whatever this is, I'm pretty sure you know what it is, because we got the seer here, and the seer is like high priestess energy. So let's get your advice. We have creativity. You love to devise new ideas. See, new ideas, innovations, and forms of illumination. So this is, you know, there's a creative way out of this. There's a way to creatively dig yourself out of this, and, you know, to devise new ideas, new belief systems, new ways of looking at things. And you will get clarity, because it says forms of illumination, and we do have the seer here. And this is clarity as well. So I just saw this. It says, hold lightly, and we have surrender. I take the things and people that come into my life lightly, not holding on too tight, so that when it comes time for them to go, they may go smoothly. This does not mean I love any less, but that I am open to the changes of life. And so if this is a person, and it does say things, not just people, but whatever this is, it feels like you're clinging to something that is really not meant for you. And there's fear of failure, fear of losing it, or abandonment. And your advice from Spirit is to surrender and hold on lightly. What is meant to stay in your life will. And you don't have to people please. You don't have to cling. You don't have to overexert yourself or work it too hard. You just need to be your beautiful, loving, kind, creative self, and everything will just kind of stay that is meant to. And what is meant to fall away, surrender it and let it fall away. Some things come into our life for a reason, a season, and sometimes forever. And if it's meant to transform and come in a different form, then it's your job to be creative in how to maybe put a boundary up or speak your truth with the Ace of Swords, and really not allow anybody to rob you of your peace and your love and your joy. And see beyond this, look to the future. All right, that was your reading, pile number 1. I feel for you. I just recently, not too long ago, went through my own tower moment. And they're not easy. But damn, when you do get to the other side, when you look beyond it, when you see the bigger picture, it really does kind of move you in a very miraculous way to a better place. So good luck. And if you'd like a personal private reading, please reach out. I am moving on now to my pile number 2s. Pile number 2, thank you for being here. You chose the rainbow fluorite, and rainbow fluorite is really good for hormonal balance. I don't know why, but I feel energy. And a friend of mine that runs a metaphysical jewelry shop, one time I was having major hot flashes because of my hormones, and she handed me a sphere of rainbow fluorite, and it was almost within 2 minutes. It felt like everything regulated itself. My hot flash went away. I didn't feel nervous or anxious. So I'm kind of eager to see how this rainbow fluorite plays out in your reading. All right, so I need to lay these out the way I drew them. The Star, the 9 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords. I'm going to put your advice cards over here. We have Sky Father, trust in the unknown. I love hawks and eagles. They show up a lot in my timeline. We have karmic completion. Hallelujah. Number 10. We have trust twice. Trust in the unknown, and we have this is the it's either the Page of Cups or the Knight of Cups. But we have trust, leap of faith. I mean, obviously, look at the picture. We have the Taser. Oh, look at you, protecting. And we have freedom. Free yourself from what's holding you back. It's time to move forward. Look at that with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords moves forward quickly, too. And we have energy. All right. All right, so pile number 2. You truly have a vision and a dream and a wish. Something that has been kind of sitting in your soul for a very, very long time. And it required healing. It required a journey, is what I'm hearing, a journey of healing. for you to be able to I'm hearing the word embark. So this was a journey you had to embark on in order to free yourself from a karmic debt of some sort, whether it was in relationships or belief systems or a soul tie of some sort. With energy, this in the Knight of Swords, this is like a zap. I'm seeing this lightning too. It's like a zap. Something is about to be energized. Something is, I think you've been in a holding pattern, protecting yourself. Nine of Wands is the wounded healer. It's Chiron energy. It's about, being in the war and not, like, the war hasn't broken you. It hasn't defeated you. You're still there. You're still guarding the gates. You're still holding this dream, this vision, this whatever, fill in the blank for you, because it's a generalized reading. And whatever this dream is, something is about to come in, and it's going to come in quickly. Could be a person, could be communication. But there is a zap of energy here. It's like energy burst. And it is going to kind of, and I'm hearing it's going to hit you with the taser. It's energy, right? What does a taser do? It zaps you. I think you're about to be zapped, pile number 2. And the zap feels positive. It feels like it is about to create a new pathway, because I keep hearing the word embark. So it's about to create movement. And you're being asked to stop holding back and stop protecting, but to actually, like, you're having some kind of closure around a wound. I feel it's a wound. It could be in a situation, obviously, with somebody or something. I mean, it doesn't have to be just your wound. But this is something that you chose in this lifetime with karma to learn. It's like your soul came here to clear this karma and this wound, is what I'm hearing. Wound. And I think it's a wound around being confined, about being small, playing small, holding yourself down or back. Maybe for fear of judgment or fear of failure or fear of fear of the unknown. Fear of the unknown. Because maybe in a previous lifetime or in a younger version of you, maybe you did put yourself out there. Maybe you did take leaps of faith. Maybe you did dream big, and something happened. Something traumatic happened. And because of that trauma, it could have incurred a debt between you and somebody else, or you and a higher version of yourself. It could be your inner child holding a grudge or a debt to a family member, a parent, or a lover that hurt you, that maybe even robbed you of your belief in yourself to pursue that dream, to embody and live that dream. And so I feel like you have been playing small. You have been staying guarded and nurturing your wounds. And There's been a loss of faith and trust in the divine, or trust in relationships, or trust in yourself. But whatever happened, you're about to complete the karmic lesson. And sometimes that's because somebody returns, Knight of Swords, and brings clarity and closure, or renewal. Doesn't have to be closure, it could be renewal. Or this could just be an awakening moment for you where you kind of get the download, you get the gist, maybe Spirit's been really karmically squeezing you and showing you patterns of behavior, patterns of beliefs that just keep you small, keep you stuck, keep you guarded. And you can't stay here. You can't. You have to move. You've got to trust again. You have to take a leap into the unknown one more time. I'm hearing one more time, because when you free yourself from what's been holding you back, there's this new sense of empowerment, of knowledge, of dreaming again. It's being free to pursue your heart's desire, to feel healed and whole and inspired and hopeful. The star is about hope and faith, and we've got trust here twice. And I just think somehow, some way, your hope and faith was broken. It could be in a belief system. It could be a religious belief. It could be a belief around who you are or what you're capable of. It could be a belief around relationships, around are you lovable? Can you be loved? Will people love you right? It's a general reading, so I'm not sure, but you're going to be zapped by Spirit. And it's going to re-energize something. And I think what it's re-energizing is this dream, this hope for the future, this ability to, with clarity, move freely again, to let go of this Nine of Wands, to let go of this karmic debt, to forgive, to rise above, to move beyond, and to really kind of take that first wavering step into the unknown, with trust and faith and hope renewed. And it's time to move forward. Knight of Swords, it's time to move forward with clarity and to speak your truth and to be bold and you don't have to guard the gate anymore. The gate is no longer necessary. It's time to forge ahead. Maybe the war is over. Maybe it's time to forgive and forget, and to allow yourself to dare to move forward, to dream again, to be inspired again, to re-energize something or someone that brings renewed energy. It just feels renewed. For some of you, it could be something from the past coming back to make things right, to give you clarity, to, if it's a person, I don't want you to think it's going to be all roses, because it might not be. If you had a very serious, karmic connection with somebody and they hurt you in a very deep way, sometimes they return simply to show you what a jackass they really are, so that you can realize, maybe for the first time, that it wasn't you. It was never you. It was them, and it was not your fault. It was, their trauma, their limitations, their inability to show up in ways that created your dream. I mean, obvious. Or they could, because Spirit's saying we live in a multiverse of all timelines exist. If it is a person, because we do have a person here now, it doesn't have to be a person. It could just simply, this could be you. But we do have this Knight here, and I think it's the Knight of Cups. And so it could be a person that you have a very deep spiritual connection with, that is going to return. They're going to show you. They're going to re-energize this in some way. And, there's always duality. For some of you, it could be this person comes back and shows you what a real jerk, broken jerk they are, and that, whatever happened that left you feeling wounded, that left you feeling unworthy or incapable of being free or moving or dreaming, it could just be their way, or the universe's way of bringing them back around to show you that, it was never you. It was never you. And then on the flip side of that, it could be somebody coming back with this cup of renewed, re-energized, emotional offer to complete a cycle, to renew something, to bring faith and hope and forward movement, and they might shock you. It might shock you that they return, or that they've changed, or that the one thing that you thought would never happen could possibly happen, because we're talking about renewed faith. We're talking about renewed trust. And you're being asked to trust. You're not being asked to close down and protect. You're being asked to open up and free yourself and take a leap of faith and leap into the unknown. And so, again, this all could be you. This could be your own karmic lesson about, how you believe, or what you believe about your ability to shine like the star, to your ability to be big and bold and free and daring and free. Like I kind of get this 8 of Swords energy, where you've been all bound up and tied up and you just you shrunk down, because when you were big and bold and beautiful, there was a lot of envy and jealousy and possibly people gunned for you. They gunned for you because they saw you as a threat. And there's just many ways that this story could play out. But your biggest message, your mystery message, is no more playing small. No more holding back. This is about ending that karmic lesson around your dreams, around your stardom, around your beauty, your freedom, your ability to speak your truth and move forward and trust your own energy, to trust that you are divinely protected, to trust that you've matured. Thank you, Spirit. I heard you've matured. You've matured. You've embarked. You have embarked on a journey that has allowed you to heal and mature. And I don't think the karmic cycle can trap you ever again, because I think you see it now. And there's going to be something that's coming in rather quickly and possibly lovingly, that's going to shock you, and it's going to re-energize you, and it's going to give you faith and hope, and it's going to require that you embark on a new journey with faith, hope, and light, and pursue whatever lights you up, whatever makes you feel inspired, because you've matured, and there's no holding you back anymore. The only thing that can hold you back now is yourself, and I don't think you'll do that anymore. It feels like there's some kind of clarity that's given here with this Knight that is really going to allow you to finally see the truth and see that the way you've dealt with this karmic debt or this feeling, and I hear rejection, it doesn't have to fit for everybody, but the way you dealt with this was by internalizing it as if it was your fault, as if you were somehow not good enough or not worthy, or you were broken or damaged goods, or maybe you just, didn't want to be in the spotlight. You didn't want to be gunned for. You didn't want to be seen. It was like your dream was to be seen, but then when you were seen, it came with a lot of negativity, and then you shrunk so that you couldn't be seen. But when you do that, you actually shut off the energy, you close off the energy to achieving what you wanted, because what you wanted required you to be seen, required you to dream big, required you to embark on the journey of fulfilling your heart's desire. Whatever your soul came here with a blueprint to achieve. And I think something big is shifting for you. And I don't know when you'll come across this reading. It could be when I upload it. It could be 10 years in the future. I don't know. But the time is now. This is your mystery reading. It's like you need to free yourself from limitations and stop holding yourself back, because it's time. It's time. It's time to move forward. It's time to trust. I think it's going to come in quickly. It's going to zap you. It's going to re-energize you. It's going to push you in the right direction. And I do believe there's a sense of forgiveness that needs to be completed in this karmic completion as well. Forgiving yourself, maybe your inner child's like, you hurt me, you did this is your fault. And there's a certain amount of forgiveness that needs to come with that. And then, maybe somebody returns and shows you that it wasn't your fault, that it was them that was broken all along, not you. And then there's a forgiveness that needs to happen for them. And if this is somebody who is also embarked on this journey with karmic completion and learned their lessons, and they are returning re-energized, then there's forgiveness that will have to happen, and a leap of faith and trust that you don't have to close yourself off to the potential, because you've grown. You are no longer the person you were when this karmic debt was accrued, or whatever, this is beautiful energy. You've matured, you've grown, and it's time for you to blossom, to spread your wings, to see the bigger picture, to free your mind, and the rest will follow. I don't know, but I love you guys. I love this reading for you. If you'd like to go deeper, reach out. I'd love to get in your personal energy and get you more details. But what I'm seeing for your mystery message is that kudos to you. You're about to close out a karmic cycle that's probably taken you maybe more than one lifetime to complete. And your soul is about to reignite and re-energize. And I think it's going to happen quickly. And I think that, in the beginning, you're going to be a little bit leery, a little bit fearful. But something is going to become very clear to you soon that shows you it was never you, is what I'm hearing. It was never you. It was never your fault. It was just the way you internalized it. And so now you have an opportunity to move forward and to Leap into the unknown and free yourself. All right, so, oh my God, you've got trust again. This is so profound because if you guys could watch me choose your cards, I mean, it would be way too long of a reading. I know some readers do that, but I've got a real life and lots of things to get done. But I don't even really, I used to really meditate and, spend a lot of time. Now I just sit down and say, Source, I trust you. Whatever's meant to come out is going to come out. And I just grab cards. Literally, I just open the decks up and reach inside and pull cards. And for you to get trust in the unknown, trust, that is a very strong, profound message. It says you have a strong connection to your soul's loving voice and have faith in your intuition. I'm telling you, you're about to get zapped and re-energized, and something that you couldn't understand or trust or believe in, which is probably you, is about to be renewed. There's something that's going to be shown to you. And we have dance it out. I can move emotions through my body by dancing. Whenever I start to feel built up energy or crankiness, I play some music and move intuitively. There's two things here of intuition. I don't have to look a certain way. Simply move and feel as the stress or heaviness begins to ease out of my body. Again, this is about freedom. This is about, I suffered with this. Like I would get out on, I know I have rhythm because I am a lead singer in a band. You have to have rhythm to be a singer or a musician. And yet I would get out on the dance floor and I was so afraid of judgment, so in my head about my body, about my moves, about, that I and being seen. You would think a lead singer would want to be seen, but, a lot of times people would say, hey, quit hiding behind your sheet music, quit hiding behind your microphone, loosen yourself up, get out there and shine like the star that you are. But that was difficult for me because I faced a lot of criticism as a child. Whenever I would do something well, people would, because I was unabashedly bold as a child, a lot of people said I was a show-off, and I didn't think I was a show-off. I just thought that I was really loving the spark within me that just wanted to be bold and showy. And so I think this is about you opening up and being able to just dance it out, move it out, trust that it's okay. Other people's opinions don't matter. You're beautiful or handsome just the way you are. And it's also about allowing yourself the freedom to just move without fear of repercussions in any way, whether it's criticism. Don't be your own worst enemy. Sometimes we get so many other people that don't want to see us shine because it makes them feel small, that they criticize us, and then we internalize it, and all of a sudden we become our own worst critic. I think you're about to find your groove again, and you really need to trust your intuition, and you've matured. You've embarked on some kind of a healing journey, and I am so proud of you. And I want to see you just blossom and reach for the star and spread yourself out. Take up space. Stop being fearful of taking up space and take up space. All right. I love you guys. I'm not sure how the rainbow fluorite, maybe you could Google it and find out its metaphysical properties. I never really did that. I just always loved it because when I hold it, it just kind of feels like it helps me with balancing out my energy. All right, so I love you, and I hope this resonated with you. We're going to move on now to pile number 3. right, pile number 3. I just got a weird feeling. I don't know if it's for pile number 3 or what it was, but I had to take a pause for a moment. So this is a fossilized ammonite. And again, I have at some point in my life looked up every single crystal and its properties, but I just do not commit it to memory. So you may have to look it up to see what its metaphysical properties are. But when I feel it, when I hold it, it feels like old cycles. It feels like the pattern of creation and expansion. But this is like old as time. This is like, I don't know. We're going to have to get into your reading and see what it is. So thank you, pile number 3, for being here. I hope this resonates with you. It's a timeless reading. And if you'd like a personal private reading, please check out my description box. All right, what is your mystery message? So we have the 2 of Wands with the 3 of Wands. All right. With Justice. Yeah. I do believe, now I'm not an astrologer, I just channel, but I believe that Saturn just kind of took up space in Aries, maybe. I can't remember. I do recall hearing something about lessons, karma, being, it's personal. If I'm right, and Saturn's in Aries, it's personal. It's about me. Aries is the sign of me, right? What do I want? It looks like there's a choice to be made about your future, possibly traveling or moving forward, or it's looking to the future expectantly, but I have to tell you what I'm channeling, what I feel, is that you're being called to move, to change, to take a new approach, to kind of, you've got 2 pathways. You've got the one that you've been traveling, and you've got an opportunity for a new one, but you're not making that choice yet because of something or someone that you've been waiting for in order to make something right, maybe, in order to like, maybe you have had some kind of a expectation of a karmic closure with a certain situation that you've been in, and you're looking out and you're wondering, what is the right thing to do? Well, for some of you, this is all you. It's about, what is the right thing for me to do with my future? And will I have the means necessary to make that decision? For others of you, this is about, feeling like somebody owes you something, like there's some kind of a debt or closure or a story that hasn't fully found its ending. And so it feels unfair. It feels unjust. It feels like you're waiting, like there's a timeline split, but you're holding back because you're waiting for something to happen in a situation. I don't know. It's a weird feeling. And I had to take a pause before starting your video or your pile. So maybe you had to take a pause, waiting for something to find its place. I don't know, it's weird. Let me just look at your cards. I'm going to put your advice cards over here. We have sweetness. Yeah. I'm going to put this on. Oh, no, I got to do it this way. Sweetness. Originality, Aquarius energy. Be original and replace what you've been taught. You're meant to be different. Yeah. Yeah, I do. I kind of feel like there's opportunity. And it's right for you. This opportunity, this things. Oh, the landlord. Some of you might have followed me from another pile. I won't say which one, because if you find it on your own, then you were meant to. If you didn't, then this stands alone. But we have the devil, and the devil is the landlord, and I believe the devil is something or someone. For some of you, it's just you. It's a belief system that you were taught about being small, about, about conforming, maybe. But this landlord, this is not somebody who deserves your rent. This is somebody who is trying to keep you. And again, it could just be you. You could be the somebody that is absolutely your worst enemy. Because with sweetness, this could be spirit saying, listen, you're meant for bigger things. You're meant for better things. Your ships are about to come in. You're about to get your just due, but you have to talk to yourself sweet. You have to be good to yourself. You have to replace the old landlord and call in a new landlord, right? A new overlord, the higher self, a new inner voice. Or it could be a person. I mean, let's be realistic. And we have 10 of Wands, suppression. The weight of the world, this is like setting yourself. Look at all the fire. Holy crap. We've got 2 of fire, 3 of fire. We got this landlord. We've got the 10 of fire. A lot of fire here. And Aquarius we're in the age of Aquarius. It's about innovation and group mind and expansive consciousness, collective consciousness. We have abundance. Look at the pinks. We got fire and we got heart. Number 88. That's a master number. 8 is about abundance, and it's like doubling for you. And we have warrior. Be fearless and stand strong. So my pile number 3s. You have a destiny. You have a new path that you're being asked to take. And then it's going to require an ending. Because 10s are about endings. And it's going to bring sweetness and abundance and justice. Like, you deserve this. You're meant to have this. But there has been some people or somebody or you who has been mean and unfair. And just the opposite of sweet. And so for some of you, I mean, let's be realistic. This is a collective reading. It could be anything, but let's just make up a couple scenarios, okay? And I'm channeling, so maybe one of them will hit home. But let's say you had a very toxic person in your life. It could be a parent. It could be a job. It could be a sibling. It could be a friend. It could be a lover. But they were very toxic. And a bit controlling. And maybe when you were young, because it's what you were taught. And usually the things we're taught at a very young age before we become autonomous, right? And so maybe, just maybe, you had this person teach you in a very unfair, unjust way certain belief systems about who you are and what you're capable of doing, and kind of lording over you, keeping you tethered, because this wand is tethered to them, or because I know clients that have had mothers that make them feel like they're responsible for her well-being or her emotions, or it's like, why do you make me feel this way? Why do you do this to me? Why don't you take care of me? Why don't you fix it for me? And then there's toxic fathers sometimes. Maybe they have control issues, and it's you will do what I say, you will stay if I tell you to stay, until I tell you you can move or you can go, or and I'm seeing a child standing in the corner and a parent saying, you'll stay there until I say you're ready to come out. And so I don't know who that's for, but if it's yours, I'm sorry. I stood my own children in the corner a time or two, but not with that energy. Mine was always with love. It was like, you just, I want you to face away from everybody else and just think about, who you want to be and what you want to do. And then when you're ready to be sweet, you can come on out, And I had a very stubborn child that would stand there for hours and say, I don't want to be sweet. And then I had other children that would turn around and say, okay, I'm ready. And they'd just go back to playing, and they'd get their hugs, and I would tell them, thank you for thinking it through. I don't know. Nobody knows how to parent right. I'll just be the first to tell you there's a lot of karma earned in parenting, because it doesn't come with instructions. You just do the best you can with what you got to work with, right? But I feel like some of you might have been harshly judged, harshly treated, maybe controlled, because we have suppression. And what that does is, when you're too young to know any better, it becomes a lifestyle, it becomes a way of being, it becomes a habit, it becomes all you ever known. And so then as you grow up as an adult and you get these opportunities to pursue your abundance, to see your ships coming in, to I just feel for somebody, and it just hit me hard, whatever you've been denied is about to roll in, and roll in large. 8 times 8. It's like, it's double 8s. Yeah, I'm looking at this, and this is like, you deserve what's coming. And what's coming is sweetness and abundance. But in order to claim it, you're going to have to be fearless, stand strong, because there are going to be those who will be against you. There will be those who try to suppress you. There will be those who try to hold you back. And instead of going into details, because I felt like I was tapping into some very toxic energy, I'm just going to go back to generalized channeling. You are meant to be different. You're meant to be different. You're not meant to be like everybody else. And maybe you grew up in a very poor neighborhood, or a family of lack, or whatever. Whatever it is, it was not your destiny. It was, you were always destined for bigger, better things. And these things, it's not like the lottery. Well, maybe it could be the lottery. I don't want to rule that out. But this is something you've been fighting for. You've been working towards. You've been held back by some very toxic belief systems or toxic teachings or toxic people. And setting yourself on fire to keep other people warm. And it was unfair. It was unjust. It just wasn't meant for you. You are sweet. You are loving. You're original. You have something about you that you can offer that is so different than anybody else. You're not a cookie mold. You are original. And I think you're about to get rewarded in a big way. I think your ship's on the horizon. I think it's coming. But there is a decision here that needs to be made, and I think you're wondering which decision is right. Well, whatever this person tells you to do the opposite. Do the opposite. Even if this is your own ego, your own, overlord in your mind, if this is you playing small or you being your worst enemy, you need to be your biggest cheerleader. You need to talk sweet to yourself. You need to stand strong in the face of judgment, because what is meant for you is about to roll in, and the only way you're going to have it is you have to let go of people pleasing. You have to let go of holding back. You have to let go of a belief system that was taught to you that absolutely is not in alignment with your soul's journey. And so it's time for you to fight for what matters to you, because and there's a decision here to end something that's toxic. And by ending that, you're going to show the universe what a fearless warrior you are. And you're not going to do it with hatred. You're going to do it with sweetness. You're going to just claim somebody might win something. I keep seeing you claiming it with a ticket. Whatever this is, because that's pretty specific and that's not going to be for everybody, but you're going to have to choose to let something go that's been too heavy and toxic, and you're going to have to energetically believe something that goes against your very core beliefs. And I think that the belief that you need to embrace is that you are worthy of great treasure, great abundance, just greatness. It's fair. Like the universe is about to pay you in spades, because you're probably a people pleaser. You're probably somebody who's been sweet and kind and take on everybody else's burdens, and not anymore. It's like you're about to step up. You're about to embark on a new pathway, and your ships are coming in, and it's fair. It's right, because you're so sweet, because you've been so sacrificing, because you've been so kind and loving, but Spirit's saying you've got to drop a belief system you have about your self-worth, about what you're capable of, and you have to be fearless and stand strong in the conviction that you can face adversity, that you can own what is meant to be yours, that you can dream it, you can chase it, you can be it. Yeah. All of today's piles have been about self-empowerment and freedom and taking up space and owning your karmic debt. And pile number 3, your karmic debt, because of your sweet, loving, kind, generous, sacrificial, giving nature, your karma is you are about to be paid in spades in something. Could be a loving relationship. Maybe you never had one. It could be the best job. It could be winning the lottery, or winning a trip for somebody. I see somebody claiming something. But you have to absolutely own it. You have to be fearless. You have to stand strong. You can't buckle and give it all away. And for God's sake, if you win the lottery, don't go and donate it to every single worthy cause, because somebody needs to hear that. Because of a belief system that you're not, that it's selfish to be abundant, Maybe there's a Christian or a strong dogmatic belief system that if you have abundance or money, then it makes you a bad person, that you're stingy or greedy and you don't deserve it. And Spirit's like, no, when things come to you naturally, it's because you deserve it. It's because, it's what's right. It's what's just. And so don't squander it, be fearless, stand strong. If people come with their hands out, tell them, well, use your discernment, because I'm one of these people. I'm good at filling hands that come toward me empty. But you have to know the spirit of which the people who present themselves are coming in. And you have to be strong to these kind of people that want you to set yourself on fire to keep them warm. This is about getting what you deserve. And because of something very original about you, maybe you're creating something, maybe you're a poet or an artist or a musician, or, just have a creative mind and you're giving birth to something. I don't know. But I think for some of you, it's going to involve travel and it's going to bring in abundance. And it's what you deserve because you're such a sweet, kind, giving person. And in the past, I think you let other people control you and make you small. And this is about taking fearless stance and being original and tell everybody, that is against you, that you're going to be who you want to be and do what you want to do, and you're going to have to stand up to maybe some bullies. All right? But the cycle that's ending for you is that you're about to get what you deserve. And maybe they're about to get what they deserve too. And there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to take pity on people whose karma is to receive exactly what they deserve. Okay, I'm going to breathe through that one. We're going to get you advice. We have transformation. You use the power of love. You do. I feel it. You're sweet, you're kind, you're generous. To move through illusions and shift into awareness. See, this is about replacing belief systems that are not true. They're illusions, probably planted by people who used you. All right? You use the power of love and sweetness and generosity to move through illusions and shift into awareness. Now you can't unknow what you know. And we have playful. Look at all the pinks. I love it. I go about life playfully and take things lightly. I can turn any hard day or heavy burden into a fun adventure. Yeah, adventurous. Why spend time upset when there's so much fun to be had? I do think that things are about to lighten up for you. I think that, if there was a heavy burden of some sort, maybe finances, maybe, fill in the blank, guys. It's a collective reading. I think this is going to bring in a whole lot of better energy, transformed energy, sweetness, playfulness. But in order to have it, you're going to have to stand strong and you're going to have to claim it. I keep hearing claim it, right? Claim who you are, claim your space, claim your choice, what you want, not what others want for you. And I think you're about to be paid what you deserve. And others just might get what they deserve too. And you can't feel guilty for that. Because when you feel guilty for other people receiving the karma that they deserve, you become burdened and suppressed. And you take on the energy for them. And Spirit's like, no more. No more. Now you stand strong and you claim it. Whatever it is for you, it's time to claim it. All right? I love you guys. And this just feels like a cycle for you. It feels like something that you've been doing for a very long time. And I don't think what you've been doing is wrong. I just think that you've attracted a lot of greedy people, a lot of needy people, a lot of people that take advantage of your sweetness. And so it's about time to break the cycle of being sweet to the wrong people. You know, be fearless and stand strong to those who are not worthy of your energy, and to be sweet and kind and loving to those who are. Okay? All right, guys, that was your mystery reading for this week, and I love you so very much, and I will catch you on the next upload. Thank you.